And what's going on YouTube? Steve JMO. It is a little bit after 5 p.m. Excuse me. It is the 14th of November, 2019. And we're just going to have a little chat today. And we're going to discuss sort of the difference between conspiracies and reality. Because there's a lot of differences in every single subject that you can look up, that you can be a part of, look into this, that, and the other thing. And the mainstream conspiracy part is going to want you to be more misled. There's rabbit holes down there that don't make sense, that all loops around. And then there's the reality aspect. The reality aspect is where we have to focus, because we can look down these conspiracy holes all day, every day, all we want, but if you're not looking at reality and what's happening today in front of you, you're never gonna break free. You know what I'm saying? Let me just I was having issues with my microphone last night, so let me just make sure there's no echo. Give me about 10 seconds. There is no echo. Beautiful. That's what I like to hear. And let's get a screen share going, because I did upload a couple videos about a half hour ago. Just 2 videos that I took today, both pretty much named Operation Solar Shield Chemtrail Agenda. And the one I'm going to show you first here is this morning. We'll share that. Oh no, we can do the Chrome tab actually. There we go. I like that better. So we'll share that. Yes, sir. Let's get that bigger. As big as it's going to get, I guess. That's okay. And let's just make sure you can see this. You can. Beautiful. And you know what? Let's just make that the full screen. And I haven't even played the video yet, and you can already see that this is not a conspiracy. This is every day, day in and day out. They need to block the sun for many reasons. It's not even to block the sun, it's to block you. It's to trap you here. And there's no real audio anyways. I didn't talk during this, so yeah. This is what we deal with. This is this morning, roughly 6:30, 6:45. Ridiculous. And it's so cold that this is frozen here. It's November, ladies and gentlemen. Global warming is a hoax. And something I did find interesting is that we all know that they make clouds that are, exactly the same looking as, you have the lines over here. I'm not talking about the power lines. I'm talking about the high frequency waves in the skies. You can see them here chopping out together. And you have these bad boys. 1, 2, 3, and there'll be a fourth one, I believe. And it's the same exact cloud. Yeah, just fading away. The end of the frequency. Yep. How ridiculous is that? And you have all these chops here behind whatever the fuck that is. Those are like localized chemtrails, I think. I think those are much lower. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but some of these to me seem like they're a lot lower than other ones. That's just my opinion. But let's there's a couple more seconds here. Yeah. This is every morning. This is every day. Every day. Yeah, let's not watch that. How about we go back one? I think you can still see this. What is happening right now? Okay. So let's just talk about real quick what we saw there in the first video. Let me end that real quick. So in the first video, we pretty much, it's every morning, it's every night, it's all day, it's every day. And the title of the videos, the 2 videos that I did that show this, Operation Solar Shield. That is not a conspiracy. That is reality. And how do we know it's reality? Let me stop my screen share on that page. Let me just open this one real quick. Yeah, stop the screen share on that. Operation Solar Shield. I talk about this every day. It's not a conspiracy. It is 100% fact. Let me get a screen share back on that tab real quick. There you go. Excuse me. Geoengineering, people. Geoengineering. Harvard's Solar Geoengineering Research Program. Operation Solar Shield. Yep, they have this little bullshit video. Let's read a little bit about them. Yeah. Ridiculous. Funding. It's all they want is funding. Funding, funding, funding. What do you got for projects, people? Yep. Solar Geoengineering Research Program. Dr. David Keith. He's a loser, for anyone who doesn't know that. He's the guy who got this going. And we have geoengineering, to a set of emerging technologies that could manipulate the environment and partially offset some of the impacts of climate change. How beautiful is that? So right in your face, they're telling you they're going to manipulate the environment, aka the weather, make this climate change, offset some of the impacts. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Solar geoengineering is particularly not be a replacement for reducing emissions or coping with the climate change, yet it could supplement these efforts. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and it gives you a nice little chart on how they want to do this. Beautiful. So you don't want the sun's rays hitting the earth. You don't want the sun giving life to anything at earth. You don't want anything like that. You want them to hit these man-made clouds, and you don't want anything to live. This is the anti-God agenda, ladies and gentlemen, being brought out by Dr. David Keith at Harvard University. How nice is that? How nice is that? Incredible. Incredible. And let me just show you some more proof that the chemtrailing agenda is not a conspiracy. It is a reality, because I have yet more footage that I took today. Part 2. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the sunset today. This is towards the west. This is towards the east. Normally not too heavy, but there must be a storm or something coming in. I did see snow on the forecast, but it could not happen like it did the other day, but it is cold enough for it to happen today. The other day they forecasted snow and the low temperature was 35 degrees. You tell me what's happening there. And look at this stuff. Clearly jet residue of aerosol chemtrail spray there, ladies and gentlemen. Not a conspiracy. Solar geoengineering is a multi-phase network of frequencies that will block the sun's rays from reaching Earth. And it will have a negative effect upon everything that lives here on the earth, all the way from the trees to the bees to the birds, all the way back to you. Because when they spray these chemtrails, when they make these frequencies in the sky, it is all to disrupt your frequency with each other, your conscious frequency to the earth. And most importantly, they don't want your They don't want you connecting your conscious frequency to the almighty creator. So they are putting a shield of chemical based frequencies that some fucking how look like clouds, and they want you trapped here mentally, emotionally, and physically. And if you can't see that, you gotta just look up, man. All these clouds are paper thin. Let me go back a couple seconds there. All of those clouds, it's a thin layer of clouds. None of this is real. And the camera, again, did not do this justice, but this was red, it was yellow, it was orange, it was every color in that part of the spectrum. Interesting stuff. And yet people take pictures of this posing in the background. What a beautiful sunset. That is ridiculous, I think. Very, very ridiculous. Oh, man. Just look at that. And what I was saying before, these HAARP-based clouds, these NEXRAD-based clouds, these clouds that are frequency-based are not, they're not real clouds. There's no, like density to them. There's no shape. They look nothing like the clouds from 2004. Let's put it that way. Because I remember being at summer camp as a kid and laying in the fields, and me and my buddy would look at the clouds and we would tell each other what we saw, different shapes, animals, things, whatever. And that is another way to, what we got over here? We got someone in the chat. And all the biologicals, we all have Morgellons. You're over the target. Yeah, I've actually looked into that too. I'm not sure if we all have Morgellons, but there are a lot of people who are getting this all of a sudden. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. So, yeah, you're going to stand here and you're going to tell me this is just some conspiracy that some loser on his laptop made up just to get views and get attention and all this shit? Or is this reality? I believe it's reality because you have outlets like Harvard University who are highly credible admitting to doing this. It's ridiculous. And another thing, they said they wanted to modify the environment, aka change the climate, aka manipulate the weather. So how about we move that from the stream? We'll stop sharing for a second and we will get weather modification patent. And let me screenshot. I'll get to you in the chat in just 1 second because for anyone who is new coming in here, I just got kicked out of the chat there. I just got kicked out of everything. I just want to make sure I'm still live real quick. I really don't know what the fuck just happened there. Let's see. It says I'm live here, but let's see what see what I can get on my phone. Nothing's working right now. I don't know what the hell's happening. Okay, I'm live. I'm there. Okay, we are back. And what I was going to show you before it all went down, we were talking about how the people at Harvard University doing Operation Solar Shield, a solar geoengineering project. I was showing you that is reality because we just showed all the pictures and videos I took today portraying exactly what they said they were going to do, and they are doing it. And just to weigh in just a little bit harder on what exactly they are doing and why they are doing it, let's check this out real quick. Yeah. Weather modification patent. Worldwide applications, 1966, ladies and gentlemen. 1966. This is not the one that I normally look at, but it is still a very, very good and old one. As we have other patents that go back to 1937. And if that is not crazy enough, ladies and gentlemen, I had a patent up on the screen the other day that does not exist anymore for some strange reason. Does not exist. And it went back to 1811. It was what exactly was it? It was the method of producing rainfall. There was a patent, a U.S. patent that went back to 1811 that was taken off the U.S. the Google patents. It was taken off completely. And thank you. Yeah, I am live. I am live. I saw that. Thank you for that. I think the chat's just a little delayed from whatever the hell just happened to my computer. We have Carta Aristocani. I probably destroyed that middle name there, but what's up? What's going on, everyone? And yeah, Operation Solar Shield. It is a reality. It is not a conspiracy. And there are many other things that we have to siphon between reality and conspiracy. For example, there was an event that happened today. I don't know what you want to call it. In California, there was a school shooting that I was pretty much forced to watch live on TV all day, and I was calling it out for what it was all day. It was nothing but bullcrap. The initial story at 8:04 in the morning was that a freaking double elementary school had an active shooter. Like, people were injured, this, that, and the other thing. And then they zoomed in on them, and they were high schoolers. And then the narrator of the stories changed to it was a high school. And then they said 6 people got hurt. And then they said 3 people got hurt. Then they went to 5, and then it was back to 6. So clearly, they don't know what they're talking about. They can't even keep their story straight. And I was watching it live, and there was people laughing in the background, people walking around like it's no big deal. It was ridiculous. So whatever happened in California today, just please know that it didn't happen, period. No one probably died. It looked like nothing. At 8 o'clock in the morning, there were 6 police cars there, and there was about 15, 25 people walking out of the school. That was it. And then throughout the day, hundreds of people showed up, and it looked like they all were coming out of the school, but it was just all people in the surrounding neighborhoods, it looked like. It was ridiculous. It was honestly ridiculous. I just can't deal with that stuff, man. I just can't. That's what I'm looking for. I like that cam a lot better because watching myself is just distracting because there's like a 2-second delay. So, yeah, that I thought, yeah, it was a hoax drill, 100%, 100%, 100%. Every person says over 1,000 people. I'll have to look into that. Send a link for this right here, bud. Send a link for that in the chat real quick, and I will be sure to check all that out later because I have looked into all that, but here on this channel we do dip into, you know, many different topics as I plan doing on this show because I can't just focus on one topic because there are many things going on. Sandy Hook, don't even get me started on Sandy Hook. You're going to get me kicked off the internet, Sandy Hook. Oh, man. You want to hear something really fucked up? Really fucked up? So, Sandy Hook and the Boston bombing were pretty local to where I was. Sandy Hook, I'm in Springfield, Mass. So, wherever that is, I was probably like 45, 50 minutes away. Then 50 minutes the other way is Boston. And both of those events happened on a Monday. And it just so happened that I was suspended from school both of those Mondays. So I watched all that crap happen live too. And I was, 16, 17, whenever the hell that happened. Ridiculous stuff. Exactly. Ridiculous stuff. But, all right, that's no big deal if you're on your tablet. No big deal. I'm sure we'll be in a chat later on a different date or, we'll figure it out. I'll definitely have to look into that more and more because Richie from Boston, actually, he covers some of that before, and I think that Clifford fella, I think he did mention his name. So yeah, you know what's going on. So it's good to see woke people in the chat. The worst thing I wanted to happen when I started doing these live shows is people coming into the chat that have no idea what they're talking about, pissing me off, pissing everyone off. And that's why I got off YouTube for a little bit in the first place. I did a good series of flat earth videos back in the day, and just the whole flat earth community it was sour for a minute. It still is pretty sour. So I don't really associate myself with all of them, but I do have I do have friends in the community, so don't get me wrong, but there's just good 60-70% of them that I want nothing to do with, and they all think Eric Dubay is going to lead them to a new fucking whatever, a new life, a new age. Like, that guy is ridiculous. So don't get me started on him because I'm sure he'll be on his show talking shit about a channel that has 800 subscribers, so he could lick it. But oh man, this is gonna be a good stream. So we did yesterday dip into the solar simulator a little bit because there are people saying that is not what I either think it is, or it's not real. It's impossible. Why would they do that? It's a conspiracy, Steve. Stop looking at stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. Well, when there are patents, my friend, patents that go back to 1960, and there are also many different videos of which I believe I've caught in, and other people have caught in this phenomena, as you can call it. So let me just go to my channel real quick, get that video up from yesterday, because I believe I caught that in the sky. And we'll just rewatch the video from yesterday. It's only a little 2-minute video, so let me get that put up. Well, first of all, let me get the patent for the solar simulator up. And it's funny, I do solar simulator videos all the time, and no one gives them any time of day because it's all just bullcrap, I think they think. But it is far, far from that. So if you can see the screen, we can see the screen. Perfect. Let me just make this one big screen so we could zoom in just a little bit more, because we all know how little and awesome Wikipedia or Google patents like to make their shit. And Yeah, yeah, and yeah. Solar simulators, these are apparatuses, these are parts of it, these are the projecting parts, and this is their artificial sun. There you go. Hexagons everywhere. They can't show the full thing, but they'll show you parts of it, and as you can see, the parts in the middle are missing. And we have caught in many pictures of solar simulators where there's just nothing in the center there. So, hexagon, solar simulator patent, 1960 worldwide applications. But actually, the funny part is that the plan for a solar simulator goes all the way back, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot stop repeating this, to 1904. 1904. If you don't think that's ridiculous, nothing will wake you up, my friend. I am sorry. We'll stop that screen share and we will share the video that I showed you yesterday that I believe caught the solar simulator. So let's get this on a full screen. I don't know why I just did that. We don't want it playing on my TV because that does nothing for us. And you can see that. Perfect. And we'll just review this again as it is, because you got Operation Solar Shield in full effect over here. Well, you can actually, it's not too bad. You could see it right here. This is the only reason I did this video yesterday. I saw it fading in the sky and I needed to gain altitude quick, so I went to this little spot that I know of, and you can see there are shades of green, blue, yellow, red. Why would that be in the sky unless they're spraying heavy metals such as aluminum and barium? BAAL. That's who they worship. This is all a anti-God agenda, ladies and gentlemen. Not a conspiracy. This is reality. And we need to start living in it and realizing what is happening to us before it is too late. So, yeah. Let's just stop that right there, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got here? You got these incredible rays coming out of the sun. You have it definitely not in a ball shaped. Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. If you're on an iPhone or an iPad or anything, I would screenshot this and go ask your science teacher why the sun is in the shape of a hexagon, emitting insane amount of light out of its apexes. Yeah, here's another one. Same thing, same picture. This is all zoomed in on an iPhone 8. I do not have any of those P8, 900, 1000, whatever they are, cameras, because I don't know, it's just something I'm not going to buy. Oh, then you can see it picking up something else possibly, and then it switches back. Interesting. Very interesting. I thought of that. Possibly I caught the solar simulator in front of the sun. I'm not quite too sure. Not quite too sure. And as you saw there, this is yesterday was Operation Solar Shield at its finest, as there were no chemtrails to the east, only to the sunset of the west. And this fella in the plane is driving his chemtrail right in front of the hexagonal sun, which is right in your face, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can't see that, I do not know what to tell you. It is time to wake up, America. Wake up the world. There are Satanists running your world. The elite work for Lucifer. They have to do everything God has done. He will create his own sun. He will create his own moon. And the stars shall deceive us as they are now. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with the fake moon type deal, if you look into China's lunar simulator program, yeah, that's something for everyone to dip their toes into, I think. Because the moon has been looking freaky for me lately, and I'm not sure about you guys, but it is what it is. Yeah, and at that point, I was picking up that hexagon shape so good, I thought my fucking lens must have been dirty. That's how crazy it was. And you have all these high frequency bands in the sky, Johnny Rocket going to put his trail in front of the sun. Incredible. Incredible. A fade to an apocalyptic type haze in the back. It just looks like the world is burning from the sky. That's just my opinion. I'm not a fear porn modeling channel. This is just what it looks like to me. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. And the sun is not exactly. Doesn't matter which way you look at it, you still get 6 rays coming out of the sun, indicating hexagonal type shapes. And what exactly does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? Well, let's screen share. Let's stop this screen share on that page, and we will screen share what we had just screen shared 2 minutes ago. There it is. Solar simulator. Patent. Back to 1904, ladies and gentlemen. I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress any of this enough. It is important that we wake up to all of these things before we can't, you know? You have this 5G grid coming intact within the next couple of months. 2020 is right around the corner, and the 5G grid is going up left and right. They have cell towers on pretty much within every quarter mile, city-wise, probably every 2 miles on the highway, there's a 5G cell tower, whether it's in disguise as a tree or whether it's blatantly in your face. And they are all on top of all the highest mountain peaks in your area if you go and take a look. And why would they do that? Why would we need cell phone towers if there are thousands, people of satellites in space? You know what I'm saying? That's a hoax. Where are all the liftoff videos for these thousands of satellites? They're not there. And if you go on, you can do this by yourself. We've done it plenty of times. You Google a photograph of a real satellite, you get nothing but CGI. Because there's a lie being told about outer space. There's a lie being told about where you live. There's a lie being told about everything you've ever learned in your life, I think. The more and more I look at all this stuff. And why lie? Because everything goes back to the Bible, the creation, Jesus Christ, Adam and Eve, God. It all goes back to him, and their only goal is to hide him and convert you into an anti-God being. You know what I'm saying? They want you to worship their God. They want you to do everything that they say. They want you to conform to all of this LGBT 789 fucking agenda. All these agendas are not in the name of God. You know? All right, Glenn Christie, you take care, man. Thank you. Have a good night. And I appreciate you sending anyone. So it is what it is, you know? Got some good people in the chat. Oh, we just had someone come in. Yep, it's all lies, Danny Pepper said. Here he is. It's all lies. And I am doing not too bad on this this gloomy day full of chemtrails. So with that being said, you know, there are ways to fight this, because the chemtrail agenda, like I said, it's to trap your soul, it's to trap your consciousness, it's to disrupt your frequency to the creator. And we can keep our frequency with the creator by praying, by being more consciously active with one another, by interacting, by spreading ideas, spreading videos, spreading work, spreading the word. You know what I'm saying? So those are all things that we can do on our time. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm not here to make $1. I'm not here to make you think the way I do. I'm just telling you what I think, and if it resonates with you, good. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. It is what it is. If you can't see that there are patents for a solar simulator that go back to 1904, and then the funny thing is that last night I catch pictures and videos of the solar simulator, and everyone still thinks it's a conspiracy. That's a reality that we have to wake up to. But I'm going to get off of here for a little bit. I might come back on later with some other content, but if I don't, God bless. You guys have a great night. Like, share, and subscribe. And that's about it. Take care, everyone. Thank you.